Imagine a world without smartphones, no cars or electricity, no instant communication or modern conveniences. Picture a time when the pace of life was slower, and every task required manual effort and skill. This was reality in the 1800s, a time when communities were tightly knit and people depended on each other for survival. The absence of modern technology meant that every aspect of life was hands-on and labor-intensive. People relied on their own skills and ingenuity to survive. Farmers tilled the land with simple tools, blacksmiths forged essential items by hand, and families worked together to ensure their survival. It was a time of hardship but also of resilience and community. Neighbors helped each other, sharing resources and knowledge. The sense of community was strong, and everyone played a role in the collective well-being. Today we rely heavily on technology. Our lives are intertwined with gadgets and machines that make everyday tasks easier and faster. We communicate instantly, travel quickly, and have access to a wealth of information at our fingertips. We take for granted the conveniences of modern life. From electric lights to automated appliances, our homes and workplaces are filled with devices that simplify our routines. But these conveniences also make us dependent on technology. But what would happen if it all disappeared? Imagine a world where the power goes out, the internet is down, and modern transportation is unavailable. How would we cope without the tools and conveniences we've come to rely on? Would we be able to fend for ourselves? Could we adapt to a life without modern technology? These questions challenge us to think about our own resilience and self-sufficiency. Let's step back in time. Let's explore the world of the 1800s, where people lived without the conveniences we now consider essential. By understanding their way of life, we can learn valuable lessons about self-reliance and adaptability. We're going to explore the essential skills of the 1800s. From weaving and blacksmithing to farming and food preservation, these skills were crucial for daily survival. They required patience, practice, and a deep understanding of the natural world. These skills are not just relics of the past, they are timeless tools for survival. In a world where technology can fail, knowing how to perform basic tasks by hand can be invaluable. They are timeless tools for survival. Skills like hunting, fishing, and food preservation ensured that families had enough to eat throughout the year. These practices required knowledge of the environment and careful planning. Understanding the past can help us prepare for the future. By learning how our ancestors lived and thrived, we can gain insights into how to handle challenges in our own lives. The resilience and ingenuity of the 1800s can inspire us to be more self-sufficient. By learning from the 1800s, we can gain valuable knowledge for any situation. Whether it's a natural disaster, a power outage, or simply a desire to live more sustainably, the skills of the past can guide us. Let's embrace the challenge and rediscover the lost art of self-reliance. By reconnecting with the skills and practices of the 1800s, we can build a more resilient and adaptable future. Join us on this journey to learn, grow, and thrive in any circumstance. In the 1800s, simple hand tools were essential for survival. An axe could fell trees for shelter and firewood. A saw helped process wood and build structures. The plow, a symbol of agriculture, allowed people to cultivate land and grow food. These tools represent a direct connection to the environment. They required skill and physicality to use effectively. Mastering these tools meant the difference between sustenance and starvation. Today we have power tools and machinery, but a hand tool still holds its value. It can be your lifeline in a survival situation. Learning to use and maintain these tools is a worthwhile endeavor. Remember, batteries die and engines fail. But a well-maintained hand tool will always be there when you need it most. Clothing in the 1800s was about practicality, not fashion. Sturdy boots protected feet from rough terrain. Layers of wool and linen provided insulation from harsh weather. Clothing was often repaired and passed down through generations. Durability was key. Each garment served a purpose, reflecting the realities of a life lived outdoors. Imagine mending your own clothes by the firelight. This was a way of life, a testament to resourcefulness. Today we have access to high-tech fabrics and mass-produced clothing, but the principles of practicality and durability still hold true. Choose clothing that can withstand the elements. Opt for quality over quantity. In a survival situation, the right clothing can be your first line of defense against the elements. Remember, comfort and function are just as important as style. From field to table, preserving nature's bounty, the 1800s way. In the 1800s, life was deeply intertwined with the rhythms of nature. Every season brought its own challenges and rewards, and people had to be resourceful to make the most of what they had. Food preservation was crucial in the 1800s. Without the convenience of modern refrigeration, families had to rely on time-tested methods to keep their food from spoiling. This was not just a matter of convenience, it was a matter of survival. Salting, smoking, and fermenting were common methods to extend the shelf life of food. Salting meat, for instance, involved rubbing salt into the meat to draw out moisture, which bacteria need to grow. Smoking food added flavor and helped preserve it by drying it out and adding compounds that inhibit bacterial growth. Fermenting vegetables like cabbage into sauerkraut not only preserved them, but also added beneficial probiotics. Root cellars provided cool storage for fruits and vegetables. These underground rooms maintained a stable, cool temperature that slowed down the decay of produce. Root cellars were essential for storing crops like potatoes, carrots, and apples, which could last for months in the right conditions. These techniques ensured sustenance throughout the year, especially during harsh winters. When the ground was frozen and fresh food was scarce, families could rely on their stores of preserved food to get them through. This careful planning and preparation were vital for survival. Imagine the satisfaction of harvesting your own food and preserving it for the long winter months. The hard work of planting, tending, and harvesting crops paid off when you could enjoy the fruits of your labor even in the depths of winter. This connection to the land and the seasons was a fundamental part of life. These methods were not just about survival. They were about connecting with the land and appreciating its bounty. Working the land and preserving its produce fostered a deep respect for nature and its cycles. It was a way of life that required knowledge, skill, and a close relationship with the environment. Today, we have refrigerators and freezers. These appliances have revolutionized food storage, making it easy to keep food fresh for longer periods. However, they have also distanced us from the traditional methods of preservation that our ancestors relied on. But knowing how to preserve food without modern appliances is incredibly valuable. In times of emergency or when living off the grid, these skills can be life-saving. They also offer a way to reduce our reliance on electricity and modern technology, promoting a more sustainable lifestyle. These skills teach us about self-sufficiency and resourcefulness. Learning to preserve food the old-fashioned way can give us a sense of independence and resilience. It connects us to our heritage and the wisdom of past generations. Next time you reach for a jar of pickles, consider the ingenuity behind this age-old preservation method. Pickling, like other traditional methods, is a testament to human creativity and adaptability. It's a simple yet effective way to extend the life of food and add unique flavors. It's a reminder that we can still learn from the practices of the past. By embracing these techniques, we can honor our ancestors and their resourcefulness. We can also find new ways to live sustainably and in harmony with nature, just as they did. Traversing the wilds, horses, wagons, and the spirit of exploration. In the vast and untamed wilderness of the 1800s, the spirit of exploration was embodied by the brave souls who ventured into the unknown. These pioneers relied heavily on their trusty companions, horses and wagons, to navigate the rugged terrain and establish new frontiers. In the 1800s, horses were more than just animals, they were partners in survival. These magnificent creatures were integral to daily life, providing not only transportation but also companionship and a sense of security in an unpredictable world. They provided transportation, plowed fields, and carried goods. Horses were the backbone of agricultural life, tirelessly working the land to ensure that families had food on their tables. They hauled heavy loads, enabling settlers to transport essential supplies and trade goods across great distances. Wagons, often pulled by teams of oxen or horses, were the lifeline for communities. These sturdy vehicles carried everything from household goods to building materials, making it possible for settlers to establish homes and communities in remote areas. The sight of a wagon train moving steadily across the horizon was a symbol of hope and progress. Imagine the vast landscapes, crossed on horseback or by wagon. The open plains stretched out endlessly, offering both beauty and challenges. Every journey was an adventure, filled with the promise of new opportunities and the thrill of discovery. These journeys were challenging, but they fostered a spirit of adventure and resilience. Travelers faced harsh weather, treacherous terrain, and countless obstacles, yet they persevered. Their determination and courage were a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity. The bond between humans and animals was essential for survival. This deep connection was built on mutual trust and respect. Horses relied on their human companions for care and guidance, while humans depended on their horses for strength and loyalty. Today, we have cars and airplanes. Modern technology has transformed the way we travel, making it faster and more convenient to reach distant destinations. However, the essence of exploration remains unchanged. But the allure of exploration and the value of animal companionship remain. Whether on horseback or hiking with a loyal dog, the connection between humans and animals continues to enrich our lives. These experiences remind us of the simple joys and profound bonds that have always been a part of our journey. Learning basic horsemanship or even navigating with a map and compass can be incredibly empowering. These skills connect us to our past and provide a sense of self-reliance. They teach us to trust our instincts and appreciate the natural world around us. Technology can fail us. In moments when our gadgets let us down, we are reminded of the importance of traditional skills and knowledge. The frustration of a dead battery or lost signal can be a powerful lesson in the value of preparedness. But a good map and compass, or even the stars above, can always guide our way. These timeless tools have guided explorers for centuries, offering a sense of direction and purpose. Under the vast, starry sky, we find a connection to the explorers of the past, and a reminder of the endless possibilities that lie ahead.